Hey everyone, welcome back to Jungkook fans. Today we need to talk about something that honestly shocked even longtime ARMYs. BTS just proved once again why their global power is still absolutely insane in 2026. And the craziest part is this massive achievement didn't even come from a title track. A hidden B-side song quietly exploded on Spotify until fans suddenly realized it had crossed an unbelievable milestone that most artists can only dream about. But how did 2.0 become one of the biggest streaming success stories of the year without massive promotions or non-stop media attention? And why are fans especially emotional about Jungkook's impact on this song right now? Trust me, the deeper you look into the story, the more incredible it gets. For a group that has already dominated the global music industry for years, you would think there's nothing left for BTS to prove. But somehow, they continue finding new ways to surprise everyone. And this time, it wasn't even with a major title track or a heavily promoted comeback. It was a B-side song quietly climbing higher and higher on Spotify until fans suddenly realized something unbelievable was happening behind the scenes. BTS track 2.0 has officially crossed over 200 million streams on Spotify, turning it into one of the biggest B-side achievements of the year. And what makes this moment even more shocking is how naturally it happened. No massive media push, no non-stop promotions everywhere, just pure fan loyalty, endless replay value, and the undeniable global power BTS still holds in 2026. The moment fans noticed the streaming numbers exploding online, social media instantly became emotional. ARMYs from all around the world started celebrating together, sharing old memories connected to the song, while newer listeners admitted they had only recently discovered how addictive 2.0 actually is. Some fans even called it one of the most underrated BTS tracks ever released, and now the numbers seem to be proving them right. What's even more interesting is the fact that 2.0 wasn't expected to dominate like this. Usually, title tracks receive the biggest attention because they come with music videos, performances, interviews, and huge promotional campaigns. But B-side tracks are different. They survive because listeners genuinely connect with them. There's no pressure forcing people to stream them. People return to those songs because they want to. And that's exactly why this achievement feels so special. Crossing 200 million streams as a B-side is not something that happens easily, especially in today's competitive music industry where thousands of songs go viral for a few days and disappear immediately after. But BTS songs continue surviving long after release dates pass. Their music keeps circulating through playlists, edits, late-night drives, study sessions, heartbreak moments, gym playlists, and everyday life itself. Fans are especially talking about how the emotional energy of 2.0 helped the song grow naturally over time. The track has this atmosphere that feels both nostalgic and modern at the same time, something BTS has always been incredibly good at creating. Every member brings a different color into the song, but many fans specifically pointed out how unforgettable Jungkook's presence feels throughout the track. Jungkook has always had a unique ability to make songs emotionally stick with listeners. Even casual listeners often replay BTS tracks because certain vocal moments stay in their heads for days. And with 2.0, many fans believe that emotional pull played a huge role in helping the song reach such a massive streaming milestone. What makes BTS different from many global artists is the way their audience treats even non-title tracks like hidden treasures. Fans don't just wait for the main song and move on. They explore albums deeply, they create stories around lyrics, they connect songs to personal memories, and over time those songs become part of people's lives. That emotional connection is difficult to manufacture artificially, and honestly, that's why achievements like this feel more meaningful than just numbers. While other artists may rely heavily on trends or temporary hype, BTS continues proving that consistency and emotional impact can outlast almost everything. The group has built a discography so strong that even songs sitting quietly in the background eventually explode years later. And 2.0 becoming one of the few 2026 B-side tracks to surpass 200 million streams is another example of that exact phenomenon. Some fans even admitted they were shocked when they checked the streaming numbers themselves. Because unlike viral songs that dominate headlines every single day, 2.0 grew almost silently. It was the kind of success that happened steadily, day after day, stream after stream, until suddenly everyone realized the song had entered an entirely new level. And honestly, that kind of growth might be even more impressive. It shows that BTS doesn't necessarily need controversy, gimmicks, or endless promotion cycles to remain dominant globally. Their music alone is enough to keep millions of listeners engaged. Even after all these years, people are still discovering older BTS tracks for the first time, while longtime fans continue replaying them like they were released yesterday. For ARMYs, this achievement also feels emotional because it reflects how united the fandom still is. Every milestone becomes more than just a statistic. It becomes proof that BTS influence hasn't faded at all. In fact, many fans believe the group's legacy is only becoming stronger with time. And perhaps the biggest surprise in all of this is that BTS keeps making history in places where people least expect it. Not always through the loudest song, not always through the biggest promotion, but through music that quietly connects with people around the world until it becomes impossible to ignore. That's exactly what happened with 2.0. A B-side track that many underestimated has now become one of the biggest streaming success stories of the year. And once again, BTS reminded the entire industry that even their hidden gems can dominate Spotify on a massive global scale. What's also fascinating about this achievement is how BTS continues breaking streaming records during a time when the music industry changes almost every single week. Trends move faster than ever now, songs go viral overnight and disappear just as quickly. But BTS somehow exists outside of that cycle. Their music doesn't just trend temporarily, it stays alive for years. And fans are noticing that more clearly than ever with 2.0. Many listeners online started sharing stories about when they first heard the song. Some said they originally skipped it because it wasn't the main track, only to later realize it became one of their favorite BTS songs ever. Others admitted the track grew on them slowly over time, until eventually it became impossible to stop replaying. That kind of long-term emotional attachment is rare in modern music. A lot of fans believe this is one of the reasons BTS remains untouchable globally. Their songs are layered emotionally, meaning listeners often discover new feelings or meanings every time they replay them. Even years later, certain lyrics or vocal moments suddenly hit differently depending on where fans are in life emotionally. And Jungkook's influence inside that emotional experience keeps becoming a huge discussion online. Fans constantly praise the way Jungkook delivers emotion through subtle details in his voice. It's not always about high notes or dramatic performances. Sometimes it's the softness, the control, or even the quiet emotion in certain lines that keeps listeners connected. Many ARMYs believe that ability is one of the biggest reasons BTS songs maintain replay value for so long. Some fans even described 2.0 as the type of song that feels comforting during difficult moments. Others called it addictive because of its atmosphere and emotional pacing. And honestly, when songs become connected to people's personal lives like that, streaming milestones start happening naturally. The success of 2.0 is also reminding people how deep BTS discography really is. Beyond the massive hit singles everyone knows, there are countless hidden gems inside their albums that continue gaining attention years later. And every time one of those songs suddenly explodes again, it proves how strong BTS' overall music catalog truly is. Meanwhile, industry watchers are quietly paying attention too, because achievements like this are difficult to fake. Organic streaming growth over a long period of time usually reflects genuine listener loyalty, and BTS continues showing one of the strongest fan-driven streaming powers in the entire world. Even without constant promotions, their music keeps reaching new milestones almost effortlessly. And perhaps that's the most incredible part of this entire story. BTS didn't need a massive comeback to dominate conversations again. A B-side track quietly crossed 200 million streams, and suddenly the entire fandom was reminded once again why BTS remains one of the most powerful music acts on the planet. So what do you think about BTS reaching another huge Spotify milestone with 2.0, and do you believe this is one of the most underrated BTS songs ever released? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments because I really want to hear what you guys think. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest BTS and Jungkook updates here on Jungkook Fans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.